to more complicated biology classes, we'll talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not. It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, then they're full of shit, the ones that would say that. There are male gametes and female gametes. Oh, I had one last question. I just have one quick, can you come back for 1 second? Because this is an important question. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay, if you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis is having a medical emergency. And they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Look. No, but that's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay.
My name is Lily, and my titty.
Beautiful. Scandalous.
My name is Charisma. These are my boobs.
Okay.
I am really suspicious of Charisma. I feel like she did a little jump that was very confident, very buoyant. Is that the right word? My name is Jess. My boobs.
Coming out. Hello, Janice. Breasts.
Hi everyone, Samiha, the biddies.
The biddies.
Elizabeth, and these are my boobs. I'm Ava. These are my titties.
Everyone has really nice boobs.
I love boobs. I do.
I'm curious how everyone's back pain is usually.
Terrible.
My lower back pain.
I don't really have a lot to carry, but like what I've noticed is that I would slouch no matter what.
Yeah.
Just because like, I don't know, I'm shy. But honestly, like when people talk about back pain, I'm like, because maybe I'm just dead inside and I've always had it. How do you feel about sports bras?
I don't know, they make my boobs look compressed.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Yeah, I was gonna say, I weirdly like it. I grew up Muslim, so we were kind of told to hide our boobs, unfortunately. So I'm actually used to sports bras,
I grew up doing sports a lot, soccer, and you don't want them to like jump up and down. It's like I needed something tight to kind of hold them. So
I steer clear from the hoppy workout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, even walking up and down the stairs, like it's like, oh my God, it hurts.
Everybody knows the booby struggles. This is hard.
Yeah. I've shot a lot of girls that have had like breast augmentations. Even with bras on, they tend to have like a little separation between their cleavage. That is why I'm a little suspect of Ava and Charisma. They both have great boobs though.
What age would you guys say you were when you first noticed the male gaze? Oh. Was that too deep?
Young.
Yeah, I was like in middle school.
I grew up in Norway, and I feel like it was a little different there because I don't know. I felt it more when I moved to the U.S. I was like,
I was gonna say same.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was like puberty, like when my body started developing and like when I started growing boobs. Going into high school, kind of. Like that's when I realized.
Yes, it is overly sexualized. That's why the average person, the first thing they think of is that it's going to be an orgy. Because people think the only time you get naked is to have sex or shower, so it must be sex related.
Exactly. I have an art event where we draw naked bodies and we do figure drawing. And when I told people, everyone's like, well, how are you going to stop people from having sex? And that's kind of hard, even when art people can't see the naked body as art sometimes.
Well, and it's incredibly insulting. If the notion is the only thing stopping us from having an orgy is the fact that we're wearing clothes, I mean, that is so stupid to think that, you know, the crew on this, if everybody was nude here, that there would be one big sex party, you're out of your mind. That's just not how it works.
I perceive my body as art. In fact, when I did my first nude yoga shoot, I saw my body for the first time in a way I had never seen it before. It gave me a new sense of feeling beautiful, seeing my body nude. And when I want to be perceived as sexy, I use clothes. Because with clothing, you can be so much more sexy.
So we're doing a thing called Hot Takes. We had our audience submit the hottest take they have and assumptions that they have on this group. So the first one, I sit with my bare butt on the couch.
We need more clarification. Is it my couch or my friend's couch?
Or my friend's couch?
There's an etiquette thing here.
There is a naturist etiquette. You should bring a towel or something, you know.
I have slip covers on my sofa.
Smart.
I just cut out the middleman and only have brown furniture.
Oh no!
Nudists crave attention.
I have to admit, sometimes when I go on nude hikes, there's a certain degree of getting caught that does speak to an exhibitionist side of me.
I kind of do get a kick when someone's like, it's funny, but but also I know that I am doing it for attention, to call attention to this thing, and that makes me happy.
Nudists do a lot of psychedelics.
I personally abstain, but I'm also in a huge art crowd, so yeah.
I don't do drugs. I mean, I recently had an experience with a weed brownie, and that took me out, and I was like, this is not for me.
You said women have been oppressed by men since the dawn of civilization. How?
If you don't know that, I'm not going to explain to you.
People don't like you in real life. I'll tell you this right now.
And
You're very rude. You're very
I'm
rude.
very rude. I came here to give
You're
my
very
opinion.
rude.
I was invited here to give my opinion, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And you're not gonna shun me, and you're not gonna shut me out and call me obnoxious, because Mister, I can say the exact same thing about you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. You come in here and you're just gonna talk to these 18, 19, really early 20-year-old girls. How old are you?
I already told you.
I don't remember.
Oh, shocker.
Okay,
Because
guys.
You're not gonna
Shocker.
come here and call me obnoxious.
You are
call me
obnoxious.
rude.
Okay,
People
hold
don't
on.
like
Because
you.
take a good look at yourself. If you're gonna come here onto a dating show and talk to me, a 21-year-old girl, that way, am I insulting you? No.
John, she
But
does have a point.
You called me a bitch, and never once did I cuss.
The definition of feminism is equality between men and women, if you look it up on Google. In this presentation, I'm going to prove to you that that is not the case. There was a first wave of feminism, the suffragettes, who campaigned for the vote and for equality, and then there was second wave feminism in around the 60s, campaigning for equality in domestic gender roles and things like that. And then recently there's been a third wave who have consistently lied about things. For example, the wage gap between men and women. That is a lie. 77 cents to the dollar is a lie. It doesn't take into account the different hours worked by men and women on average in jobs. It doesn't take into account the different jobs that men and women do. And it doesn't take into account many other factors. Once you factor all these in, it is statistically irrelevant. This is just one example of the lies by modern third wave feminism. Now, they've also created a rape culture that they put on society, that they've said, oh, there is a rape culture in society. In Western civilization, there is no rape culture. We put rapists in prison, and rapists, even if wrongly accused, their lives are ruined. They hate free speech. They don't like it when their opinions are challenged. They try to ban words like bossy, and they try to ban things on Twitter. They try to ban people from having their opinion. They don't like other people's opinions. The imbalances on people have flipped, and feminism says that it's about equality, but I've never once seen a feminist campaign against the fact that, on average, women, if they rape a man, they get 2 years, 3 years in jail, but if it happens the other way around, it's 20 years. Surely, if they're about equality, shouldn't it be the same for both?
Okay, Cordell, what's your side of the story?
First of all, Your Honor, sorry that I'm here with like this. I was getting a chemical pill.
Can you speak up a little bit?
I was getting a chemical pill, but it looked like Leprechaun was out at night walking the streets, and now she want to get her money back, so she want her coins. The dress was $400. I already told her I make clothes for runway models, not streetwalkers. So she decided to want to, first of all, the dress was $400. The deposit is $200. After I'm finished with the dress, I allow you to try the dress on, then I get my balance. Once you try the dress on, it was perfect, loved it, I got my balance, and then boom. The next day she called me, talked about it was a hole in the dress. It was never a hole in the dress because you tried it on. That's how I got my balance.
So, but in your claim, you were only going to make $100 because you like to give back to charity. So at which point did this turn from a charity gesture into she's needing to pay $400 for the dress?
I ain't say about no charity. I want my money. I felt like she owed me $400 for wasting my time. I get paid for time. And I'm coming here to tell y'all something about some that I know I would not give no no dress with a hole in it.
So you've been making dresses for how long?
18 years.
Bailiff, can you pass me that dress again, please?
Oh my God, behind the hell? And I would never even make no shit like that, but since she begged for it, I made it.
No, I don't like the dress.
I won't even make no shit like that, Your Honor, but since she begged for it, I made it.
Horrible. Come on.
Mr. Allen, what's the materials that you used to make this dress?
She brought her own materials.
Which were what?
I don't even know.
So you've been making dresses for that long and you don't know what materials you were working with?
Nope, I don't know what material that was she brought to me. I go get my own material when people need it.
I find it hard to accept that you're a credible... Heidi, shut up while I'm talking, please. I find it hard to believe that you're a credible dressmaker and you don't know the materials that you were working with on this dress.
No, that ain't to do with it, because if I'm a designer, I go get my own material. She brought me her own material because she didn't want to pay the real price if you don't bring your own material. But for me to go to the fabric store and get the material, bitch, that's a charge.
You made this dress, that's your claim?
With her material, yes I did.
With her material. Commissioner, do you have a couple questions for Heidi? I want to do a little bit of research.
Couple things that I don't understand. It says that you spent the night crying in the bathroom.
I did.
Why would you put the dress on knowing that you didn't want to wear it and go to your party that way to cause your own distress?
Because I want to look nice. But if the dress is ripped, how am I going to look nice?
But it's not. The
dress is supposed to be so completely down.
I understand, but it's not ripped. It's made that way. The dress was made.
He shouldn't have made it that way. He didn't know what I was asking for.
At the time when you tried the dress on and you saw the open front, at that point you didn't say, hey, this is not what I wanted?
I called him and I let him know what was going on. She lied.
Yeah, you're both lying. There's a lot of lies going on right now.
If you're there at the delivery room, are you saying that that child can be killed because we don't know what that child's conscious
In Destiny's
level is?
hypothetical world, if we've drawn the line at 20 weeks, if the child is born at 21 weeks, we probably say, okay, well, now that it's
So
born,
now
it's
you've
gotta be
changed your
treated-
position in this debate. You went from 20 to 24 weeks, and now you're down to 20.
Do you understand the difference between a policy position versus like an epistemic statement or like a moral statement?
Yes,
on
I'm
what
not.
might be?
I'm not a moron. Thank you.
Okay.
I
well,
love how
then
you word
I don't.
these
Well,
questions. Like,
I don't know
do
why
you understand there's a difference between the color blue and the color purple?
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never talked to a misogynistic man like this before.
Okay. All right.
I still want to know if you think that
You
there's
don't want to know
something
anything. I think
happens.
answer a question. Let me restate for.
No,
I'm
your
trying to.
position's good now. We know where you're at least at. You're at 20 weeks. We've got you moved from 24 to 20 weeks,
Yeah,
right?
so the question of policy is separate from the factual question of when does a conscious experience happen, right? What I stated initially was, it seems like there's a conscious experience that starts at around 20 to 24 weeks.
Can you name the
case-
biologist? I actually researched this for several hours today, and I actually found a lot of pro-choice scientists who are saying children can feel pain at 12 and a half
Feeling
weeks.
pain
Or they
is
don't
not
know.
consciousness.
To
I
12
googled
to
this, and the
14
first
weeks.
thing that came up: consciousness requires a sophisticated network of highly interconnected components, nerve cells, its physical substrate, the thalamocortical complex that provides consciousness with its highly elaborate content, begins to be in place between the 24th and 28th week of gestation. I've also seen stuff that says 20th to 24th week. So to be safe, I would probably say I would go with the earlier number because I generally don't want to kill children. So I would say that the policy position should probably say that on the 20th week, that should probably be the cutoff where we start treating it as a child, and then you give it all the same protections and rights that you would a third trimester pregnancy or a born child. So that's about what I said. No position has changed. I haven't moved at all. At the very beginning of this debate, I said 20 to 24 weeks is about, I haven't even clarified. That was my mistake. The policy position would probably just stop at 20 weeks.
'Cause I'll take you drunk, I'll take you stoned.